I was able to try out a lot of great guitars for metal these past few years, and these are the best ones. Okay, so today I'm looking at the Schecter Reaper 7, and it's really more than just a metal guitar. But the first thing you'll see is this beautiful poplar top, which you can get in like a reddish hue, or you can get it in blue. And the second thing you'll notice, because it's kind of hard to miss, is the multi-scale fretboard. Normally with 7-string guitars you either get like the 25.5 inch scale, which is standard for 6-string guitars, and then the low B string will sound kind of loose, or you get with a 7-string like the 27-inch scale guitar, and then the high E string will be very hard to play. Now with this multi-scale guitar or a fan fretboard, you can get the best of both worlds, where you can play these deep lows and still retain a nice ability to your high E string. The neck plays like a dream for me in a shredder-friendly C shape, and is made from mahogany and maple with a rod made of carbon fiber to reinforce it. Mahogany makes for a very stable neck because of its even density, and it doesn't warp. The 20-inch radius is somewhere between a Fender or Music Man and the Ibanez Wizard necks. Now it is mahogany, so it gives great sustain, and the fretboard is maple, so you can easily slide your notes. It has a hardtail diamond decimator hipshot shrink-through body design, and it has diamond decimator pickups. Now the Swamp Ash body is similar to those used in a lot of Stratocasters. That means you get a lot of treble for a bright pronounced tone or twang, and Swamp Ash also gives a lot of sustain to hold your notes for longer. Okay, so I've had the good fortune and great pleasure to be able to try out this ESP LTD EC1000, and I've been trying it out for a couple of months now. And I've been able to compare it to some other guitars as well, like the comparable Schecter Hellraiser C-1, which also has EMG pickups. And I must say, I really did think that this guitar came out on top, and that's for a few reasons. One, I like the size of the neck best, and you're also able to set the action of this guitar quite low. I've adjusted it a bit because the factory settings were still a bit high, but I've adjusted it a bit, and it's really great for those fast legato licks now. And the other thing is that it comes with these locking tuners, which makes it really fast to change strings, which is also a nice option to have as well, especially if you're playing live and one of your strings decides to break during an important solo, so you can quickly change that out for the next song. So I'll be getting into all of the features of this guitar in a moment, but what I first want to show you is the different sounds it can produce by using the different switches and knobs. So it's got a 3-way pickup selector switch, it's got two humbucker EMGs, Those are active pickups, and with the selector switch you can select between them. So it's a bridge pickup, which is more trebly sound, and there's the neck pickup for a slightly darker sound, which I like to use for solos when I play higher up the neck. And it also has 3 different knobs for different settings. So first is the volume knob. That's the closest one to the bridge, and that sets the volume for the bridge pickup. And what you notice is if you switch it to the neck pickup, then you also have this separate volume knob for the neck pickup. So this can be quite handy, and some guitars use that for like a slicer effect. So it's always nice to have that option. And the third knob is a tone knob for both pickups. And you also have the middle pickup, which gives it a slight out of phase sound. But it's a nice to have feature, but I don't really like the twang sound of this guitar. So if you're using it for like a twangy sound, then this is not the guitar for you. It's got quite some gain because of the active pickups, but it's not as versatile as, say, like a Fender guitar. Or a guitar with humbuckers that you can coil split. There's no coil split in this guitar. And I do like to have that option for different styles of music. But if you're playing this for metal, then it's a truly a great guitar. And you can also get a few good clean sounds out of it as well. Okay, so I've been playing this Schecter Hellraiser. It's a C1 special edition with a Floyd Rose. I've been playing it for a while now, and today I want to look at a more in-depth review of this guitar because it's a pretty good metal guitar, especially for the price. Now there are a few cheaper options out there, so if you're on a budget you could check out my blog post as well. I'll link to it here below in the description on YouTube. But this guitar, it has a little bit more to offer than most budget guitars. So if you're looking to spend a little bit more and you want a Floyd Rose bridge, then this Schecter is a great option. Now it looks the part. It's black cherry, it's called, top. It's got like a flame veneer in it. So it looks really great, but the magic of the guitar happens when you look at the fretboard. So it's got the binding and the neck is neck through, which is always good for sustain. And you can get a lot of sustain out of this guitar. Now I've got both clean and distorted sounds for metal and also for more type of jazz or funk guitar for you to hear in this review. So you can check out a little bit of the versatility that it has to offer. Now for me, I like my guitars a little bit more on the twangy side. And these EMGs, the active pickups, they offer a lot of growl for metal, so it's a great guitar for metal, but for other styles, it's not so great. So if you're looking for a more versatile guitar, then this is not the guitar for you. You have to be sure that you want to play metal, either metal or heavy rock music, if you want to buy a guitar like this. It has a three-way switch, so it has the middle part of the switch of the guitar, so you can always have these two pickups out of phase. So it has a little bit of a twang when you do that, but it's not like it's a single coil. There are also a lot of metal guitars that have a coil tap. So you have the active pickups which have a great growl, and you can do a coil tap to get more of the single coil sound. So that's more my type of guitar. So I'm not really a metal player per se. Maybe you can hear that in my playing style. And I like to be able to have more of a clean sound as well for my guitar. Although this has a great clean sound, it doesn't have that Fender twang, and nowhere near it. this Schecter Omen is more of like a guitar for heavy rock, for digging the pick really into the strings and making those heavy rock riffs. Also, the output of the Schecter humbuckers is a little less than that of my Ibanez guitar, and that also maybe because this is a bit of a cheaper model from Schecter, but it also is the reason that I think this guitar is more for heavy rock style playing than for metal. So this is one of the best budget guitars for heavy rock, but for metal it falls a little bit short for me. I have to adjust the gain on my metal patches when I use this guitar with these humbuckers compared to other guitars I have with maybe active pickups like the ESP LTD EC1000 or most Ibanez guitars. Still a very good guitar, but for metal it just falls a bit short for me. It's less suitable for those shredding licks than the Ibanez is with its very thin withered neck. Schecter started the company as a custom shop for guitars and has produced many replacement parts for leading guitar brands such as Gibson and Fender. But after gaining a lot of experience in the market, they started producing their own guitars, basses and amps. Over the past decade, their success has been huge in metal and rock guitar circles, and their guitars gave the metal genre a much needed breath of fresh air. The Schecter Omen Extreme 6 is an excellent example of their quality yet affordable guitars. It is packed with features that modern guitars want, and they have a great design in this price range. It is probably not only the best beginner guitar for rock, but also the most beautiful starter guitar you can buy on a small budget. Since their beginnings as luthiers, Schecter has stuck to simple body shapes and designs. The Schecter Omen Extreme 6 has a super simple super strut shape that is slightly more curved to provide some extra comfort. This guitar uses mahogany as the tone wood and is covered by the attractive maple top. This tone wood gives this guitar a very powerful sound and long sustain that heavy rock guitars will love. The maple neck is quite solid and is shaped to provide some speed and accuracy for solos in addition to nice solid chords, and is tied together with abalone. The fretboard is just beautifully done with what Schecter calls pearloid vector inlays. No one will argue when I say that the Schecter Omen Extreme 6 looks extremely elegant and suitable for any band, regardless of genre. In addition, it offers excellent comfort thanks to its lightweight, well-balanced shape and offers great playability, which is one of the most important features of a guitar. The company has topped this guitar off with a pair of Schecter Diamond Plus passive humbuckers, which may look low profile at first, but wait until you hear what they can offer you. They have a high quality Alnico design and offer a wide range of tones and sounds. They cover everything you could want from a guitar for under $500. Maybe the humbuckers have the tone of the old heavy metal, which requires less distortion than what is nowadays called metal. But I think with the single coil position it has a nice raw blues tone, and with the humbucker position it has a nice rock growl. Incidentally, the model I reviewed at home is a slightly older version with only one volume knob and no tone knob, and a separate coil split switch. But after popular request, Schecter has also added a volume for the second pickup and a tone knob. The rest of the construction and materials used are the same, and so is the tone. The Schecter Omen Extreme 6 features their excellent Tune-O-Matic fixed bridge tuning machines. These two elements give the Omen Extreme 6 an edge for players who like to do extreme bends and use the strings a little hard. That being said, you might have to retune it if you do really extreme bends. The Schecter Omen Extreme 6 is a great guitar for those who need heavy distortion without ruining the sound, perfect for hard rock bands. I discovered with a few clicks through my effects bank that this guitar offers great versatility and it can even sound pretty clean if you want it. Despite being branded by most as a heavy metal guitar, the Schecter Omen Extreme 6 delivers plenty of playability and a wide range of tonal options. And for the price, the sustain is excellent. Okay, so I got this Ibanez GRG170DX a few days ago, and one of the first things you'll notice is the wizard neck. The wizard neck is a patented Ibanez type of neck, which is really thin, and it's really suitable for metal styles or quick solos, you might say. Actually, it came out of the factory like this, so I haven't set it up differently than it was factory delivered. The action is actually really good for this type of budget guitar. It has 24 medium frets all the way up the neck, and they are easily accessible because of this cutaway here. Now the fretboard is made of rosewood, which actually glides pretty well. So it's a pretty good neck for such a budget guitar. If you're looking for a guitar with a fast fretboard made of rosewood and medium frets, especially the patented wizard neck from Ibanez, and you're on a budget, maybe because you're a beginner, this is your first guitar, or you want to get into metal from another playing style that you're doing, then this is a pretty good guitar. I know a lot of you have questions about the whammy bar on this thing, because it's not a Floyd Rose, it's not a fixed bridge, so it's somewhere in between with a floating tremolo bar. Actually, it's not the best whammy bar, to be honest. you have to invest quite a bit of time to get the tension right, and it's really hard to keep the tension on it, especially if you're using it. So it's good for using it with a little bit of whammy, but as soon as you're using more than a bit, then it goes out of tune almost immediately. Oh, that's really bad. Yeah. So honestly, I wouldn't advise to pick up this guitar if you're planning on using the treble bar a lot. It's really not suitable for deep dives and for heavy tremolo work.